Is it working? What is up, guys? I got up bright and early for this. We have the XFL draft is about to start. As you can see, I'm wearing my EndZone stuff. Got some cool stuff in the background. Y'all got questions about the XFL? Make sure to shoot them in the comments or in the live stream comments. I'm gonna answer them. My hair's looking a little like bedhead today. I apologize, but it's college, man. What is up, Chaos Films? We are going live. Sorry for the lighting in here, guys. It's really not that great. I'm just in a dorm right now. But y'all can ask questions about the quarterbacks. Do y'all know the quarterbacks? The quarterbacks came out this morning. The top tier quarterbacks. I will be doing the rankings for those. And if you want the XFL skill draft tracker, go to xfl.com where you can see each round and each player being selected. It's not a stream, but they are updating with who gets picked, what college they're from, and their position. Yeah, guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about the quarterbacks that we saw. Let me pull the list up real quick. All right, guys, we'll start off with Landry Jones at the Renegades. I think he's the best pick, honestly, because, he's going with a coach who he knows. I feel like he's the best quarterback. I feel like that's why they announced him early. I thought he was a good pick. Cardell Jones, probably close second or maybe first. I don't know. I'm still deciding. I keep changing my mind. He is going to DC, so DC fans, y'all got a really good quarterback. Philip Walker, Houston Roughnecks. Does anybody know who Philip Walker is? I kind of know who he is. He's been with Temple. I think he graduated in 16 or 17. He leads Temple's football. I'm pretty sure he leads in rushing. No, passing yards, passing attempts, maybe passing touchdowns. Not positive on that, but he's a really good quarterback. I'll do some more research on him and watch some highlights and some film. Luis Perez. This one was surprising to the LA Wildcats. Luis Perez, I remember in the beginning of the AAF season, he was really hyped up. Everyone thought he was going to the NFL, and he ended up getting benched. He struggled in the AAF, especially with that offense with the Birmingham Iron. They struggled a lot. I'm curious to see how he rebounds. Maybe he'll have a better roster. The Iron pass blocking was pretty bad, so it's kind of hard to judge some of these quarterbacks off of what team they went to in the AAF. Matt McGloin, actually, I think he's the quarterback I know least about. He's from Penn State. I got nothing on him. If anybody knows anything about Matt McGloin, I know he graduated in 2012 from Penn State. He's been a backup quarterback in the NFL. I haven't really watched him, so I do need to watch some film on him. Brandon Silvers, Seattle Dragons. I think he is very good. He played a little bit in the AAF for the Memphis Express. Well, I can't remember if he's pretty mobile. I do remember he's the guy who did beat LSU at LSU on homecoming when Devontae Jackson said Matt is trash. So should he be the worst quarterback? And he will be awesome, Matt. Well, we'll see about that. He's probably going to be my number 8 quarterback. I mean, he's also pretty old, or old compared to the other guys. Jordan Ta'amu, really surprising. Did not expect to see Jordan Ta'amu on this list, but hey, he's here. Kind of mobile, got a pretty good arm. Played for a bad Ole Miss team in college. Can't really penalize him too much for that. I'm excited to see Jordan Ta'amu. He is for St. Louis. And then Aaron Murray. I think he might be the worst quarterback. I'm surprised that I'm surprised that Aaron Murray was a top tier quarterback. I feel like Marquise Williams is better than Aaron Murray and a couple of other quarterbacks in the draft pool, if I'm to be totally honest. But yeah, Aaron Murray struggled a ton in the AAF. He had like 7 picks and 3 touchdowns. Granted, he was on the worst AAF team, or maybe the Express were. No, I think the Legends were. But he was not good. He was not good. Nobody drafted the Oregon quarterback. Well, the draft hasn't started yet. That was the allocation. So, who's the Oregon quarterback? On the tip of my tongue. Yes, lock and load, the face behind the voice. We've had a couple videos in front of the camera. They did pretty well. Tyree Jackson. Now, let's talk about Tyree Jackson. Tyree Jackson, to me, is that standard, like, NFL quarterbacks that we get wowed by arm strength way too often in the NFL and in college. Arm strength is a very overrated thing, and Tyree Jackson is a perfect example of that. He really struggles with accuracy and lots of times decision making. His arm strength can get him into trouble overthrowing the ball, overthrowing receivers. He does have very strong arms, so depending on how you look at it, Deshaun Kaiser is another guy who has lots of arm strength, but the accuracy really isn't there, and that could be a problem for a lot of quarterbacks. Let's see. I wonder who has the strongest arm in this draft class. Cardell Jones. They call him the 12 gauge for a reason. I'm just on my phone right now looking through. But he can work on it, though, here in the XFL. Yep, he can work on it in the XFL. That is a great point. That's why many of these players are coming in. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys, till the draft officially starts in the first pick. Battle of DC Jones versus Haskins. Yeah, you got 2 Ohio State quarterbacks in DC. Didn't even think about that. Did not even think about that. Dwayne Haskins is another guy who has a very strong arm, but he also makes very good decisions. If you watched Ohio State last year especially, they didn't make him push the ball down the field. It is not on TV. It is not on TV. This is the only way to watch it. So, kind of sucks, but I guess you're stuck with me, Chad H16, with the AAF logo. Throw it back. I got a Birmingham Iron hat from when I was invited to the Birmingham Iron game. I got some Arizona Hot Shot stuff too. Got a lot of AAF stuff. I wish I had gotten a jersey. Rest in peace to the AAF. Rest in peace. Any more XFL related questions? We've got 1 minute. 1 minute till the first player is selected in the XFL draft. I'm going to go to the XFL. Finally got a team in San Antonio. I know, but I bet if the XFL expands, San Antonio is going to be it's going to be the very first. I don't even have to bet. I know for a fact it will be the very first. If Jackson gets some decent receivers, they can help him where good quarterback this year. Yeah, so Jackson also needs a good coach who isn't just going to leave him high and dry, and probably he doesn't want to be in an air raid offense. Just my opinion. Okay, the XFL draft is live.
DC Defenders, you are on the clock.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so the DC Defenders are on the clock, guys. Will the XFL be better? in the AAF. I do think they will be because of the funding. I do have a strong opinion on the AAF. Lots of it worked. In the end, it was all money. Money is the reason for everything, and it's the reason why the AAF failed. They had some bad investors. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks because it was good. Who do you think is going to be? Finish that sentence up and I'll answer it. I apologize. I don't have a great streaming camera on my Mac. It is what it is. Waiting for the very first pick. In the draft room. A lot of Last Chance U players. I'd like to see that. Big fan of Last Chance U. I actually know some guys from Last Chance U. Let's see. Did someone get picked yet? Looks. Wait. Buffering a little bit. Rashard Davis from James Madison. So they're going to pick a wide receiver as their first pick. I like that. Let's look up. I don't really know anything about Rashard Davis. Oh, never mind. Nope. I know who he is. Yeah, he played with the Eagles. James Madison. Yeah, good pick. They're going to help out their quarterback, it looks like, with a nice weapon. So Cardale Jones gets Rashard Davis. James Madison, Philadelphia Eagles. That is your first pick. So what do y'all think? Would y'all have picked a wide receiver or running back first? Or quarterback for that matter? I mean, if you're maybe one of these lower end teams, so it looks like the LA Wildcats are the last pick. Would you maybe pick a really good quarterback like Marquise Williams? I would be open to that if I were because I love Marquise Williams. Running back? Yeah, I feel like I would pick a running back too. I would also pick a running back. Oh, okay, guys. The Houston Roughnecks selected Connor Cook. So the first quarterback is off the board. Now, that's interesting. That is very interesting. The Houston Roughnecks. So, like I was saying, would you maybe pick another quarterback? Philip Walker was the quarterback who was allocated to the Houston Roughnecks, but they decide to go with Connor Cook. They decide to go with Connor Cook from Michigan State. Wow. That is very surprising. Connor Cook. What do y'all think about that? I want to hear, do you like that they selected a quarterback as their first pick? The Roughnecks. Yeah, he's been around the league for a while, played at Michigan State. 6'4". Pretty big guy. QB competition to find your top guy. I like that. Nothing bad with competition, but that's early. That is early to pick a quarterback in the XFL draft. We've had 2 picks already. Okay, now we have a third pick. Yancey D'Angelo from Purdue, another wide receiver. So it looks like the trend is wide receivers so far. and that is the New York Guardians. Any New York Guardians fans in the house, y'all have selected a wide receiver to help out Matt McGloin. So they must trust Matt McGloin. So that shows that some of these teams trust their quarterbacks, unlike the Houston Roughnecks. Okay? Excuse me, guys. I've got a cough. Jeff Badgett was selected for the Dallas Renegades, Oklahoma wide receiver. D'Angelo Yancey was the player selected before, but Jeff Badgett has now been selected. I know he's an Oklahoma guy. What years did he play at Oklahoma? Jeff Badgett is really good pick. Yeah. Also, you got to realize, I mean, it's the Renegades. They got an Oklahoma quarterback. You know, they probably know each other. Just kidding. They definitely know each other. Thing is, there's a lot of decent, good running backs. Wide receiver, you get the best hands, best routes. So one thing from the AAF we noticed, good wide receivers were very hard to come by. That's also a thing in the NFL. Now, do wide receivers really translate to wins? I'm not a believer in you have the best wide receivers, you win the national championship or the Super Bowl or whatever the XFL is calling their championship game. I'm more of a running back, run the ball, have a good quarterback. You know, the AAF, they struggled. They had lots of wide receiver dropping the ball. Wide receivers are hard to come by. It's not as easy as you think. Christian Michael, running back, Texas A&M, the first running back off the board. So the St. Louis Battlehawks. Any St. Louis Battlehawks? Any fans? So most of you have been saying draft a wide receiver, but they go ahead and get kind of a veteran. And he was one of the top, I remember XFL posted one of their promo videos for this guy. I'm almost positive they did because he's actually a pretty big name. He's been in the NFL. So that puts the Seattle Dragons on the clock. So Chad H., you're going for St. Louis. I think you got a good running back there. Got a good running back. We go back to the tracker. Looks like the Dragons are still on the clock. I think they put in their pick. Trey Williams, another Texas A&M running back. I definitely know who Trey Williams is. He's a bigger guy. He's been with Texas A&M, feels like forever. Kind of shifty. Went through some of the Kevin Sumlin years, disappointing years for Texas A&M. Very disappointing. And what team did he go to? He went to the Dragons. So the Dragons trusting Brandon Silvers in this one. Dallas going to be my team since we didn't get one in Orlando. Stoopsy. Yeah, Orlando was a good AAF team. They were. I don't think they were the best by the end, though. I do not. Going back to the draft, so Trey Williams, I really like that pick. Also, I skipped over Nick Truesdale. Nick Truesdale for the Tampa Bay Vipers, he was the 5th pick. Didn't really get a chance to touch up on him. One of the best, probably the best tight ends in the AAF. So I like that they picked a tight end because he played for the Salt Lake City Stallions. He was a force to be reckoned with. Lots of defenses had trouble with him. I got to watch him live, and Not only is he a great blocker, but he's a great pass catcher. Something tight ends are running away from. Minnesota Vikings fan? I was going to say pick a purple team. Elijah Hood, North Carolina. This guy is a former, 5-star. Okay. Really love that pick. Elijah Hood. If I recall right, he's a bruiser. Okay, so we're going to the second round, guys. I'm going to keep it going. Minnesota Vikings fan. Let's wait for some Vikings players to be drafted. I'm sure there are. I think Nick Truesdell might have been a Viking. Let me research that real quick. I could be wrong. Could be mixing him up. No, Nick Truesdell was a Viking. I am correct. Go for your boy, Nick Truesdell. So the LA Wildcats are on the clock now. And this is the second round, guys. So we have done the first round. Jeff Badditt was a Viking at one time. Okay. I would choose the Packers for your team. Okay, so the LA Wildcats are on the clock, and it looks like they extended the draft timer. Kind of stinks. I'm pretty impatient, so, I'd like to see them hurry it up, but it is what it is. It's whatever. See any questions? Make sure to post your question. I thought it was just going to be QBs and so on. So the quarterbacks were allocated to each team. And now they basically pick the skill position players. There's no team called the Packers in the XFL. That is true, but I think he may be talking about the NFL. Let's see, the LA Wildcats taking their time to select a player. They're definitely taking their time. The clock is running down. They did get a good pick for their first rounder. They're going to help out Luis Perez. He's going to need a good running back. He had Trent Richardson. Y'all remember Trent? He had a lot of touchdowns in the AAF. Not many yards, though. Not many yards. Okay, the LA Wildcats are down to the wire. There's only about 30 seconds left. Any questions? Please post your questions regarding the XFL. His yards per carry were so low. They were very low. I kind of feel bad for the other running backs. Perkins. Oh gosh, can't remember his first name, but Perkins was very good, number 24. He was really just not played because the Birmingham Iron wanted Trent Richardson in. Obviously because Alabama. So who have the LA Wildcats selected? The timer is up. What's happening, XFL? I'm very confused. Doesn't seem right. Did they give them more time? Not really a fan of that. Richardson led the league in touchdown, average 2 yards per carry. Yeah, I think he's so big and so physical that once he gets into the red zone, it's very easy for him to break one tackle. Rashad Ross. Oh my gosh. Okay, LA Wildcats might be my favorite team. Y'all remember Rashad Ross for the Hot Shots? He was probably the best receiver in the Alliance of American Football. Many one-handed grabs. Pretty sure he led the league in touchdowns in receiving. Rashad Ross. He's a speedster too. I thought he would really make it into the NFL. I really did. To me, he was the best receiver. Do you have any recommendations to help? Well, since you're a Vikings fan, I say pick the team with the quarterback you like most. Honestly, yeah, definitely pick the team that has the quarterback that you like the most. And I'm gonna do a quarterback ranking. How Busby in the NFL getting burnt and Ross is in the XFL? Great question. There's a 3-minute break between rounds. Yeah, so I don't have the volume on for the live stream tracker. Kenneth Farrow, another AAF guy. Kenneth Farrow was an incredible running back in the AAF. So the Seattle Dragons, okay, getting Kenneth Farrow. He had a couple of really good runs. I don't remember him being as physical. Brogan Roback. So another quarterback for the St. Louis Battlehawks, Brogan Roback. If you watched HBO's Hard Knocks, Roback was the Browns' backup quarterback. They followed him around. Don't really know much about him. Didn't watch much Eastern Michigan football, to be honest. So, okay, Shontavious Jones. His name is familiar. With a name like Shontavious. It's got to be. Going back to the stream. So the Dallas Renegades are on the clock. I really, really want to highlight Rashad Ross and Kenneth Farrow selected in the earlier rounds. Those are incredible picks. Incredible picks. Elijah, you're in school right now? That sucks, honestly. Tommy Lee Lewis, wide receiver, Northern Illinois. So the Dallas Renegades going with a wide receiver. Going with a wide receiver. Okay. I like that pick. But honestly, I can't decide if I like Kenneth Farrow or Rashad Ross more. Can't decide who I like more. Rashad Ross is just a burner. And he has good hands. We saw that. He made some incredible grabs with the Arizona Hotshots. And he was able to get into open space. Like they'd run slant routes with him and he would score a touchdown. Dallas has not taken a running back. Ross over Farah. Okay. Yeah, I see that. The San Antonio offense was off and on during that season. I could definitely XFL fan zone. Ross is better, but Farrell wasn't even our best running back. Williams was. Okay. McKay. Oh boy. Okay, so now the AAF guys are starting to pop up. McKay, San Antonio. So Devontae Jackson, you're a San Antonio fan, I believe, because you said R when talking about. Oh no, Ross. Sorry. You're an Arizona fan. My bad. But McKay had some incredible grabs. He's not as much of a burner as Ross, but I feel like he's more of a consistent guy because you can't get it to Ross every time. You could get it to Williams. I don't really know who had more catches, but I would guess McKay had more receptions. No, San Antonio was a typo. Okay, yeah. So you have two San Antonio guys going off the board. Khalil Lewis, wide receiver, Cincinnati. Two Cincinnati receivers in a row. So this is Houston. Houston Roughnecks have selected Khalil Lewis, a wide receiver. That is the Roughnecks. So Philip Walker. Trey McBride, wide receiver William and Mary. Lots of receivers getting off the board. I think teams really, really want the Stallions running back. What team picked up Jackson, the quarterback from Buffalo? Jackson has not been selected yet. McKay is good wide. Yep. So Devontae Jackson, you are correct. He's a great possession receiver, dependable hands. He makes some extracurricular grabs. Like I remember him catching some balls that I did not think he would get. Charles Johnson, Apollos. I like Jarrell Presley a lot with the Arizona Hotshots. Okay, guys, we're going to the third section of the draft. I guess I'm going to keep going with the stream. I've been on here for a while, 30 minutes. When in Rome, might as well keep going. Honestly, though. Yeah, he had that QB was trash. Forgot his name. Yeah, Williams. Okay, so I'll give you my opinion on Logan Woodside and Williams. Logan Woodside was more dependable. Williams is way more mobile. You know, we cannot deny that. Williams is a burner, and I love Marquise Williams ever since he was at North Carolina. Marquise Williams has a very strong arm. Dark Ops XFL over NFL. It kind of got away from him, and his decision making wasn't as good. Near the end of the year, Logan Woodside got worse. I'll admit that. Especially in that Arizona game when Arizona came to town and just handed it to him. I don't know. I definitely, if I were the San Antonio coaches, I think I would have gone with Williams as my starter. But there must have been something in practice. Should have kept it run and shoot for Williams. Yeah, Woodside did get streaky. He did. Okay, we got next round starts in about 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. The next round. But yeah, back on that topic, Marquise Williams, the thing is he's so fast. And he is just able to get past guys. We saw that in the AAF consistently. If I were an XFL team, I would probably take Williams. The DC Defenders are now on the board. This will probably be the last round. San Antonio should have won it all. I think Arizona was the best team by the very end. Williams is big. He's tall. Orlando. Okay, looks like the live stream is buffering a little bit. All right, XFL, come on. Jarrell Presley. Okay, I was about to say I love Jarrell Presley. He's definitely a guy who breaks open a lot of big plays. We saw that with the Arizona Hotshots offense. It was just Arizona Hotshots, I think, were the best team by the end of the short AAF season. Lots of that due to Jarrell Presley. He was able to open up a lot and find those gaps in the D line and break open some very big runs. He was definitely a dangerous running back. They also had Rashad Ross. That offense was just incredible. But the DC Defenders right now, I think the Defenders might have the best team. I do think the defenders have the best team. I could definitely be on board with the DC defenders being the best squad so far. Presley helped Wolford. Oh yeah. Well, John Wolford was a beast, man. Who's DC's QB, Blue Gator? Cardell Jones. So you got 2 Ohio State QBs in the District of Columbia. Sammy Coates, Auburn. Great pick for the Houston Roughnecks. Great pick. Wow. So Sammy Coates was in the NFL for a while. Sammy Coates was in the NFL for a while. He played for the Steelers and then the Browns. Short career, but he had a career in the NFL. He's pretty fast, pretty reliable. I like the Sammy Coates pick. I really do. Great wide receiver out of Auburn. Great wide receiver out of Auburn. Excellent pick. Any more questions? Sammy has no hands. Well, that's why Steelers and Browns dropped. Oh, fair enough. Who's Seattle's QB? Devontae Jackson? It's Brandon Silvers from Troy, Memphis Express. If you watch the AAF, he was pretty good with the Express. Express were a bad team. The Express were not a good football team. Looks like our next pick is in Tanner Gentry. Not sure I know who this guy is. He's wide receiver from the New York Guardians from Wyoming. Let's see when he went in the NFL. Free agent in 2017. Excuse me. Okay, it looks like he got a touchdown in the Bears preseason game in 2018. Just looking on the news. Cameron Artis-Payne. Oh boy. Auburn getting some draft picks. Auburn getting some draft picks. Wow, Cameron Artis-Payne. Now, I will say something. I'm not a fan of Auburn's offense at all. Very gimmicky. Not very sustainable. Not very sustainable. Cameron Artis-Payne was a pretty good back. We've seen some good backs. Kerryon Johnson is doing good in the NFL for Detroit. Watched him last night. Devion Smith. Okay, from Michigan. I definitely know who Devion Smith is. Big Ten guy. Who's the best running back y'all have seen so far? Who is the best running back? There have been a handful. DeMornay Pearsonell. Oh, love this pick from Nebraska. Wow. DeMornay Pearsonell. He has some highlight catches. If you ever get a chance to go back, look at a very good Nebraska receiver. I don't know if you're into that stuff. DeMornay Pearsonell. Keep it up, guys. Best running back. And after this round, I'm going to get off. Got to make a video after this on ranking the quarterbacks. Got to get that out. Get the views. Christian Michael is going to wreck shop. Okay. St. Louis Battlehawks helping out Jordan Ta'amu. So I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. Yeah, he was fun at Salt Lake. I don't remember him making a huge impact. I didn't get to watch many of the Salt Lake games, if I'm going to be totally honest. They were probably a team I least watched in the AAF. Yeah. Yeah, they were. They were. But I'll take your word for it. Fred Ross from Mississippi State, the Seattle Dragons. So Seattle's going to help out Brandon Silvers and company. I like that. I don't really know about Fred Ross, though. One more pick, guys. One more pick, then the live stream is ending. Everybody comment your team. Spam the comment section. Spam your team or your favorite player. Because we only have one more pick left. Under a minute. One final pick. Who's it going to be, guys? Anybody got projections? Quarterback? Lots of you thinking about Tyree Jackson. Nelson Spruce, the Colorado guy. Okay, that is your last pick. Nelson Spruce. Nelson Spruce was, the Fleet. The Fleet. He was pretty good with the Fleet, too. If I remember correctly. Wow. Nelson Spruce. I thought he would honestly be picked earlier. But, I guess Nelson Spruce. I really like that pick. Should we keep the stream going? Let me know. I guess I could go one more round if y'all really want. I'd be open to it. It just means that my quarterback video would come out later. Play like Cup. Peter H. Gotta go anyway. Carry on. Should we keep the stream going? Ooh. I really need to make these top 8 quarterback video. Keep it going. Clap, 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 clap. All right, I'll keep it one more round. One final round. Just because I'm enjoying it so much. Got a little break. I wonder how many total people have stopped by. We've had a pretty good amount. Devontae Jackson, you've been commenting a lot. An XFL zone. I don't know what moderators are. 11 people now. You are watching football history. I hope we are. I hope the XFL succeeds. If the XFL succeeds, I'm definitely becoming an analyst once I get my sports marketing and sports management degree. I will be studying statistics. Hopefully I can use that to my advantage. Sometimes, though, I feel like I know more than my professors. I've built up 2 brands, my nonprofit and my YouTube, both sports related because I love sports, what I want to do. We've been going pretty hard with this YouTube live stream. YouTube in general. See how many subscribers I have. 8,635 subscribers. More than I ever thought I would get when I started my journey as an AAF YouTuber. Videos doing well lately. Okay, the round is about to start. The LA Wildcats are on the clock in 3, 2, 1. So the Wildcats, who do you think they're picking up? Tight end? I feel like this is a tight end round. What are y'all thinking? Tight end round? Maybe more wide receivers. It's never bad to have as many wide receivers as possible. So you got selected Brandon Barnes, Alabama State. Brandon Barnes. Did he play in the AAF? Let's see. No. I don't really know much about Brandon Barnes, guys. I'm sorry. This is like the first player who I don't really know. Not a lot of running backs so far, yeah. Does every team have a running back? Well, some teams got quarterbacks. So, some teams did get quarterbacks. LA's gotten wide receivers. I know that for a fact. I do know that. It's weird how they're doing the draft so early in the morning. Jason Marrow. What? What? He's in the draft? Oh my gosh. How did he fall so low? Jason Marrow was selected by the Seattle Dragons. Oh, that is a huge pick. Wow. He's old. But guys, this is an NFL beast. Jason Marrow to the Seattle Dragons. I think we had some people in the comments saying that they were Seattle fans. Nice tight end. Excellent tight end. LaDamian Washington, Mizzou. I did not know he was in the draft. Washington is a wide receiver. For those of you who don't know, he's going to St. Louis. Let's look at the St. Louis picks. So they got Christian Michael, Brogan Roback. Oh, hey, Jalen Tolliver. Wide receiver. I feel like he was for the Stallions? Can't quite remember. Yeah. I really know. Honestly, I don't really know about Tolliver. We have another pick, guys. Stacy Coley. Okay, yeah, I know who he is. Miami, Florida, to the Dallas Renegades. So let's look at who else the Dallas Renegades have selected. Oh, yeah, they got Lewis, the wide receiver, before this. Jeff Badgett from Oklahoma. Jeff Badgett's pretty young. Pretty young. I like these picks. And then they got Cameron Artis-Payne. Yeah, I remember that. Looks like Dallas is looking pretty good, guys. So if you're from Texas, you're thinking about becoming a Dallas fan, Dallas or Houston. Haven't really seen much from Houston though, honestly. The Battlehawks got LaDamian Washington. LaDamian Washington, wide receiver from Mizzou. You're in good hands with LaDamian Washington. I'm a Dallas fan from Central Florida. All right. So I'm guessing you were an Orlando fan. Dallas and Houston will always let you down. Talk about in pro sports. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. But hey, Sam Darnold is back. Tim Cook. Oh boy. The New York Guardians just got a steal. Tim Cook was one of the other Arizona hotshots. Just got a grade in from a midterm. Check that out later. You know why? I don't care about my midterms. I care more about my live stream. Tim Cook is another really, really good running back from the Arizona Hotshots, part of that prolific Hotshots offense, which took a while. But boy, by the end of the season, I think they were the best team. I think they would have won it all in the Alliance of American Football. That's just my professional opinion. There's no way to know who would have won it all. New York is looking great. Yeah, they do. They have quite the team. I love the addition of Tim Cook. Let's look up the Guardians. Kyle Hicks from TCU. Okay, he was at TCU pretty recently. Kyle Hicks. Wow. I didn't know he was in the draft pool. So the XFL added players last minute, guys. If y'all didn't know, I think players saw and liked what they saw from the XFL, and they were like, okay, we want in. Here's something interesting. Kyle Hicks was arrested for public intoxication. Looks like it's kind of recently. So I guess the XFL isn't really following the rules of oh gosh, I think I just missed the last pick. I was talking about Kyle Hicks. We're gonna go back, go to the Twitter, see what we got. Did anyone else see the last pick? Oh gosh. What a way to end it. There's Tom Luganbill. All right, guys. Well, what do you think of Cardell Jones? We've talked about him a lot. DeAndre Tompkins. Cardell Jones, I think he's the best quarterback in the draft or in the selected players pool. You'll see that pretty soon. I'm going to release a video. I'm actually going to work on the video right now. But yeah, guys, this was the first 4 rounds live stream. You got instant analysis on all the players of the teams. Devontae Jackson, you get the last question. If this year is successful for the XFL, do you think underclass NCAA players coming next year? Yes, I do. Because they're going to see that they can make money. Now, the best NCAA players, no. Because if they go to the XFL, they will not be able to be drafted into the NFL draft. They have to enter the supplemental draft. They won't be able to make as much money. But they can be in the XFL and make money. It's probably mid-tier guys. All right, guys, that was the stream. We're going to end it here. Thank you for watching. See you in a couple minutes, probably.